Welcome to this week's live stream where we'll be giving you the absolute very best. We'll be giving you the best cameras for you starting out in content creation, for those of you that want something separate from your phone, and for those of you that basically just want a good deal. We're here to share and help you best we can to identify the camera for you. If that sounds interesting to you, I'm Dave from TVR Creators and I make weekly content on the best cameras for creators and hobbyists. If that sounds interesting to you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's crack on with the value. So the first camera we're going to talk about today then is going to be the GoPro Hero 11. Here it is. Right. In all its glory. We've actually found a really good deal on this actually. And here it is in all its glory. Now the GoPro Hero 11 is a brilliant camera. It's basically a great camera if you want a camera for an adventure, you want to go out and about, you want to take a small camera on a holiday. We actually took one of our GoPros on a holiday that we've just been on and it was brilliant. It's waterproof, it's light, it's small, it's so easy to use. And a little cool power tip that I love about these cameras is say if like, I don't know, your dog runs off or the kid like does something really funny, you can press record even when the camera's off and boom, off it goes, which is a really cool feature about the GoPro. I really like that feature and it's really easy to use. And the little power tip I like about it, it does have like a selfie screen so you can see yourself filming. So for some strange reason, no, we don't, agree with this technically, but say if you're on the back of a motorbike and you're going across, I don't know, the Alps or something and you're filming yourself, you can see exactly what you're filming. So it's really cool and there's lots of things you can do with this. It does record nicely in HD and 4K. It just have 3 awesome settings, which is like narrow, wide and close up. And it's just really intuitive. You can just switch between the menus really easy. It has a micro SD card that you can, whatever size that you want. We recommend the extreme SD card, but obviously, you don't need any bigger than 64, but obviously you can get much bigger if you want to. But it's just a very easy to use camera, really handy, and it only costs just over £380 or dollars, which is a great price today. So go and check it out. Now, all the cameras we'll be talking about today, there will be links to all the cameras in the links below. So go and check them out at any point. And if you're getting value so far from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and why not buy some coffee? Link to that in the description. Absolute value. On that note, before we crack on, let's do this. You're going to get value from this video. Boom! Well, let's just see if anyone's in the green room. Right, and a little power tip actually before we carry on. The actual GoPro that we use at the moment is actually the 9, and it, like any great thing, so a lot of us, we want the newest and latest gadget, which is absolutely fine, nothing wrong with that, but something to bear in mind, you can get a model 1 or 2 older which is probably just as good, or there's so little difference that you don't even notice. Like for example, when they had the M50 Mark II and the Mark I, the only real difference was you could do clean HDMI for live streaming, which is obviously a big thing if you're a live streamer. But the point I'm trying to make is there isn't always big differences, and the GoPro Hero 9 is brilliant. It pretty much does most of the things that the 11 does, and it costs £100 cheaper. Look at it now, it's $250. It was literally £50 more, I swear it was only a few hours ago. So bear in mind, prices do vary all the time. It's a great deal, go and check it out. It's $250 at the time of this video, and obviously that price is a little bit down, but it's only roughly about $250 or just under $300 at any point in time. So go and check it out. So just wanted to highlight to you guys that sometimes you can get really good deals on cameras that are maybe are just a few years old but are just as good, and this does record in really nice 4K and HD, has all the similar features, very easy to use, and just like its younger brother, has that really nice selfie screen, which is really handy when recording yourself. So if you're a family on holiday, if you're a blogger, if you're a content creator, you can live stream with these as well. So it's really cool. These cameras are really cool, and I'm not quite sure why I don't have more of them. So that's saying, Dave, come on, sort it out. But it's a really good camera, so please go and check it out. And like I said, all the links to all the cameras we're talking about today are in the description. Now, something I found earlier, which I thought I would just highlight to you guys, is this one. Now, bear with me. It's a bit of a tongue twister, so bear with me. Here we go. So it's the Canon SX 740 HS Power Shot ugh, I'm taken out. This is a really nice little camera actually. It's only sort of 380. It's 16% off at the moment on Amazon. Go and check it out. What are you waiting for? And this is a really nice little point and shoot camera. Fits in your pocket. If you want something separate from your phone, it takes really nice photos and videos. I believe it's a 20.3 megapixel camera, which believe it or not is way more than you'll need for any photo. And if you're out and about on an adventure, on a holiday, and you don't want your phone going buzz, 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 I'll tell you what, there's nothing more annoying. Please put in the comments below, nothing more annoying than you're about to, I don't know, take a nice video or a nice photo and Facebook starts binging or whatever. It's just irritating, isn't it? So when you got something separate from your phone, it's really, really nice, and that's what you want to bear in mind. So I want to highlight, it does have a 40 times optical zoom, which is a really nice zoom if you want to take pictures of animals or of the family. So a nice little cool feature. And something else I noticed about this camera, it has a really nice flip screen. So again, if you're a blogger or a video maker, and a nice flip screen that faces you so you can see what you're doing. We highly recommend a tripod with any of the cameras that you use. And something I forgot to mention actually, with the GoPros, they have lots of accessories, which is really handy for all sorts of things. So go and check that out as well. Something to bear in mind with this camera, it's a bit like the old school bridge cameras, so you can't change the lens, but it does have a very nice lens on it. You can get it multiple colours. The other colour looks quite cool. It's very sort of old school looking, which is quite cool. Let's just briefly look at that for you guys. There you go, sort of a very old school looking feel, like a silver and gold. That's quite jazzy. But whatever you want, you know, this camera it will do it all for you. It's a really nice camera, something to bear in mind, and that's something I really like about these type of cameras. So I just wanted to show that with you now. Now we go to the next camera. This is the sort of the first of the what I call the proper Canon cameras that I would recommend as a creator. We're going up the price now, only slightly. So we're now going to 538, very precise there. So say just over 500, that's fine mistake. This is the Canon M200, which is the younger brother of the M100. And if you're getting value so far for the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And why not buy us a coffee? Link to that in the description. So anyway, why do we like the M200? Well, we love this camera because it does have a flip screen, and more importantly, I can't find you a great picture, but it does have interchangeable lenses. It's a mirrorless camera. It has interchangeable lenses, so it has a very nice kit lens, which is 15 to 45mm, which takes really good photos and videos of both HD and 4K. And what's really nice about this camera, even in low light, the lens is really good. And because you can change the lens, you can always get a more expensive lens down the road, or get an adapter if you've got a bigger, older lens, or that sort of thing. So it has a bit more scope on creativity, depending on what photos and videos, what sort of thing you're doing with it. And we actually use the M100, which is basically the older brother. You can get some great deals on that at the moment. And why we like this particular camera is we use it for our thumbnails. So you see a lot of the pictures of our more recent thumbnails, literally most of them are taken using this camera. So it takes really nice photos. So if you're again on a holiday or blogger, the only thing it doesn't have, which lets it down, but then again for the price it's brilliant, it doesn't have a mic jack. So we get to that in a moment, but I would massively recommend this camera. And one little cool little feature actually I mentioned before is to get the SD card out, if you just pull back the screen slightly, you can flip out the SD card and out it comes. And again, we recommend extreme SD card just for best performance really, and perhaps a spare battery on all these sort of cameras, because it's always just handy to have a spare battery. Quite often I'll go to film and I'm like, damn it, I need a battery, but luckily I always have 2 or 3 that fully charge, and off I go again. So that's something to bear in mind. Anyone in the green room? I'll be back in a moment. You want to get value from this video? Alright, it's bringing value! So if you're getting value so far for this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And put in comments below, actually, question of the day. Out of all the cameras we're showing you today, please feel free to put in the comments below which of these cameras are you finding the most interesting, or which of these are piquing your interest the most. It'd just be interesting to know, just out of pure interest more than anything. Now, the next camera we're going to look at is basically the replacement to the M50, the camera we talk about a lot. And this really is for those of you that are more serious in content creation. You want a camera that does everything, and that's a Canon R50. This is a beast. This is basically the ultimate camera without literally spending thousands of pounds. And there is a deal at the moment, apparently, £110 off, which is great. So at the moment it's $880. And why does this cost more? Well, it's a full-blown mirrorless camera. It records brilliantly in 4K. It has all the features, very easy to use, nice flip screen, very intuitive user menu. But this camera has a microphone jack. Boom! And as I'm sure most of you can appreciate, 50% of all our videos are audio. And a little disclaimer, actually, I actually made this video about an hour or two before making this video, and the microphone went weird, so the audio is rubbish, so it's ruined the video. So that's why it's very important to have a nice microphone. So with a microphone jack, you can improve indoor filming. It's great when you're outdoors, so you don't get that annoying noise on the microphone, which is massively irritating. And something to bear in mind when you're recording, actually, if you know, have the microphone maybe slightly out of shot, or you can get a wireless clip-on mic, which is really handy. There's all these, and it just adds an extra level professionalism to your work, to your video, to your content. And this is why the R50 is such a great camera. It's just an all-rounder brilliant camera, and obviously as it's an interchangeable camera, as it's a mirrorless camera, you can again change the lenses and all that sort of jazz. It has an 18-45mm, which is perfectly fine for doing content creation and head videos. Obviously you could change that down the road if you want to. Really nice sensor. It has all the usual features, and what's really nice about this, I do believe they've moved the record button slightly from the M50, and I like the fact it's got an ISO button on the top. Just really nice little cool little features. And even with this level of camera, I still love the fact there's not millions of buttons, which is all confusing, because you can still just point and shoot and it will do all the heavy lifting, and it still has a viewfinder, which is great for those of you who want to take old school photos. So ultimately, if you want something that's really good, takes fantastic photos and videos, the R50 really is the camera for you. We absolutely love this camera, and it brings you absolute value. And if you are getting value so far, please smash the like button. But this is a brilliant camera. I could talk. There is the mic jack. There it is. And obviously, all these sort of cameras, they come with, you know, like a neck. I was gonna say neck chain. That's not the right term. Neck belt, whatever you call it. Mine's gone blank, spare battery. Obviously you can get cool little features with these, and we do have a few videos on literally all the cameras we've talked about today, apart from that tongue twister, because I've only just saw that today. But obviously this camera's a really nice looking camera. If you've had an M50, it's a similar sort of size, which is really nice. And that leads us on to our next camera. The camera I've talked about a lot, and I can't do one of these videos without buying a coffee. Value. What's funny is I don't even like coffee, but there you go. Anyway, it's the Canon M50, or the Mark II, which is basically a replacement. The only real difference was it has a clean HDMI, which we spoke about before. Now, why I love this camera, it basically does everything the R50 does, but just maybe not quite as good, but it is £200 cheaper. So for those of you, if you don't want the absolute best all the time, you're quite happy with something that still does everything. We still use the M50 on a weekly basis for our main head videos, so that just shows you how much we still love this camera, and it's still great for the price. When you think it's just over 600 or just under 700 depending how you look at it, really nice. Has that really nice 15-45mm. We like that little kit lens that comes with the M100, M200 and the M50s, because it's just a nice little all-rounder lens, great for head videos, great for photography, great for video. And you know, if you want a second one, they cost about £100. And obviously, as it's a mirrorless camera again, you can interchange the lenses, get an adapter, get an older lens, all that sort of stuff, and doesn't cost as much as the R50. So if you got this far into the video, this is a power tip: get the M50. But obviously, if you want to future-proof yourself and you want the best of the best, get the R50. Ultimately, this video, and also, just before I forget, it's nice, easy to use touchscreen, flip screen, turn to the side, and it does have a mic jack, so it literally has everything. But obviously, you know, this video is all about trying to help you guys identify what camera you want and trying to make it as easy as possible to think, actually, that's around my price range, that looks good, or actually, oh, that's a little bit out, but actually I'll save a bit more because I really like that particular camera, or I'm not too fussed, so I'm quite happy with, you know, one of the other cameras. But all these cameras we talked about today are really good, and we do have links to all these in the description below. Obviously, if you've got any questions about any of the cameras I've talked about so far, please feel free to ask your questions in the comments. I will do my best to answer them. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching, because in a moment, don't go anywhere, because I'm going to leave you 2 end cards that are going to bring you even more value, because you guys rock. You guys rock. You rock. You rock. Do it together now. You rock. You rock. See you next time. Boo.